Tone here from Srkcycles.com, and what we have right here is a 2003 Honda Shadow 750 Ace. If you're wondering what the Ace means, it's actually an acronym. It stands for American Classic Edition. I never knew that. This bike's dirty. I mean, it's got rain residue on it. We drove through the mud. It's actually a pretty cool bike. Interesting thing about it is, well, these are chain driven. Interesting thing about it is it's an Untitled bike. Untitled. Check out the walk around video. It's a pretty clean bike. The way I deal with Untitled bikes, are they worth less? Absolutely. They are absolutely 100%, no questions asked. They are worth less. So, all things being equal, tire feels slow. All things being equal, definitely pay way less for an Untitled bike. Almost like in half. If a normal bike is worth $3,000, you're paying closer to like $1,600 for an Untitled bike, and that's how I sell them. This bike is cheap, dirt cheap, but it's a great bike for someone to get into, to learn how to ride, to cut their teeth on, and most likely, if you're going to learn how to ride, you're going to drive it anyway. I like these handlebars. Definitely like these wide handlebars. Fix that mirror right there. Actually, I have someone in Georgia who's looking to, he's probably gonna buy this. The Honda Shadow is a great bike for a lot of people. This is a 750 Shadow, so it's not a tiny bike. I would compare it in the same frame size as like a 650 V-Star. So it's not a small bike, but it's not huge, and it doesn't feel like a giant, huge, humongous bike. It's got enough power that you can cruise on the highway and keep up with the cars and not feel like you're riding a moped or a 250. But it's not over powerful that you give a little too much throttle, and then your front end's up in the sky, and then you're running into a pole. It's kind of like the best of both worlds when it comes to an entry-level bike. I would recommend this bike for new riders, or someone who's who got something smaller and is looking to step up. A lot of good reasons to ride one of these, and they're also reliable. I mean, 12,000 miles. This thing's gonna run forever. I got a bunch of Hondas at the shop that have well over, I don't know, 50, 60,000 miles. I mean, that's not unrealistic. Honda makes a good motor. Now this windshield, take that windshield off and throw it in your neighbor's yard, because hate them. It's not doing very much. I'm wearing a full face helmet, and it's making the bike look ugly. This is cool. They put a little power port on there, so you can get one of those little bar adapters, put your phone there, GPS, watch Netflix, charge your phone up, or light your cigarette. I don't recommend smoking while you're driving. That's just dangerous. It's a good bike. I mean, this thing cruises fine. I'm doing the speed limit, whatever that is. It's probably 50, because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the speed limit, and it's tracking nice and straight. You do notice that the windshield is broken right there, and also the one engine guard, the engine guard on the right side is broken. So it looks like that's kind of what happened. And a lot of times sometimes insurance companies are pretty quick to salvage a motorcycle. Now, even though this is our title, in Pennsylvania, when you wreck a bike and it doesn't just become our title. When you wreck a bike, it becomes salvage certificate. That means you can't have it on the road. It's illegal. You cannot ride that bike on the road. So what you have to do is you have to get an enhanced Pennsylvania state inspection. It's a pretty big deal. There's only a handful of shops in the state that can actually do it, and they don't mess around. So then what they do is they do their enhanced vehicle inspection on the bike, and they make sure it's legit and that it's safe and roadworthy. So if you have a bike that has an R title, it's been checked out. It's been checked out by the state, and this isn't like the state of Georgia or like Utah. This is Pennsylvania. They harass you about everything. Every little thing's a big deal to them. Don't cut your grass, you get a fine, you know. So, you know, your ball joints are 3 months old, they're bad. So it's definitely it's not an easy thing to get done. I've been through the process. It's very extensive. It's not even it's kind of expensive too. But this has an R title. So this is a street legal bike. This could be sold in any state. It's a good looking bike. It's a good running bike. It's a good looking bike, and it fired up well. On a cold day like this, pull the choke out. Speed limit is 40. Good thing I'm going 40. Now I kind of want to figure out how many speed. It should be a 5-speed. It should be a 5-speed. It was described as a wide range ratio transmission. So you can, you know, this 5th speed will probably get you to, you know, 90 something. I don't see why it wouldn't. When a Honda Rebel, when you can take a Rebel to 72 miles an hour down a hill at a 250, this 750 should at least get you to 90 something. Not that you can legally do that anywhere. Good running bike. It is water cooled. Honda's all about that water cooled action. I can't think of the Rebel's air cooled. Guys, this is a fun bike. This one might be sold, but you know what? Check back in on it. We're looking at somewhere in the high teens. High teens. You can't beat that. That's cheap. High teens. I ship bikes all over the country, and we just got a new shop, and we just got a new refrigerator. It's amazing. Alright guys, I will catch you guys later. And remember, it's not what you're riding, but where you're going.